have some marquee cuts, rounds, ovals, all in here, in, again, your variety of gemstones. Your garnet, we're just seeing there, the citrine, the peridot, that evergreen of the peridot that's going on there, that volcanic green that you see there, and then going on to the blue topaz. So if you've already purchased one of the wonderful diamond cut rings that we showed a few moments ago, the channel set rings that we're stacking, or maybe it's the bouquet, now you've got the earrings that bring it all together. Very similar in size in the hoop that we saw previously with the hammered finish or the diamond cut that we showed just a few moments ago at $24.90. So it's a 1 1/4 inch in length. But then it's all about the gemstones, all beautiful blue topaz, the garnet, the amethyst, citrine or peridot. But in this case, it's the inside out. So you are always seeing the gem.
What's so great about this is that it's unexpected, right? You don't expect to find an all genuine gemstone precious metal earring for under $60, let's face it. So today, especially, they're $30 off. I did want to just share with you the inside out. Remember, you may be familiar with this. You may have seen this before in diamonds. That's the way inside out hoop earrings got started. So I love that we're able to bring you alternative gemstones to that. And then these are big, okay? These are gemstones that are juicy. These are not teeny tiny gemstone, what I call jesters. This is a really identifiable, gloriously displayed set of citrines. Okay, we're gonna move on though, because the citrine I know is getting limited. Yes, that big gorgeous ring goes perfectly with it. Here's the peridot. This is the way to rock some peridot into your world, getting that crisp, gorgeous green. Then I'm gonna move along so we can show you all of them more closely. Jeff has the garnet and the topaz.
And reminding you that when it comes to garnet, the peridot as well, 100% El Natural. Now, all the gemstones are natural gemstones, but these are completely untreated. The garnets are spectacular, just how Mother Nature intended them to be. So yes, they've been buffed and polished and brought back to their splendor, but this is how these gemstones are found, and the color is beautiful. Now, if you're a January birth baby, like myself,
this is
your thank you so much coming up. You just want to make sure I got that in early enough. But this is your, just want to make sure, you know, get the...
Got Jeff's birthday taken care of,
January
everybody.
11th.
Okay.
Just if anyone's wondering, January 11th is the date of those. But it's not, again, I'm talking from an admirer's point of view because I don't have my ears pierced. However, I'm constantly looking at admiring jewelry, whether I be standing at a jewelry store window and looking through, or I'm watching people. You know, I'm a people watcher, right?
Right.
Not spooky.
No.
But
Observer.
I'm an observer.
You're an observer.
Okay. And I have been known to go up and compliment people on their jewelry all the time.
You're so charming.
Constantly.
Lovely.
That's no word of lie. So, but the reason I bring that up is that when I look at this, I'm not looking at the hoop. No, clearly that's the shape. It's the gemstones in that. It's the way they've been set up, that inside out. So I'm constantly looking. You have your hair up, you could have your hair down. It matters not, because you've got the gemstones there. You got that legendary Technibond finish there with that marriage between the 925 sterling silver and the 18 karat gold. $59.90 just doesn't add up with all of that that's in there. It's really extraordinary value.
Okay, and you know, finding good gemstone hoops, that's tricky. That's very tricky. They're just not on every single jeweler's shelf or counter. There's the bunny ears in the back. There's that curved prong that's going to go through your ear, balancing even if you have an elongated piercing. Because of that little bit of a bump, it does hang more evenly in your ear. And that is a lot of great carat weight with your, as we've been talking about, color and cut. So you know when you're buying a diamond, you're buying a gemstone, there's, you know, carat, color, cut, clarity, there are all these wonderful C's. This is that clear, gorgeous green. That peridot, that fire-loving gemstone. I wanted to show you this. Here's the vision. Here's one of the visions, okay? It's $14.98 to get these at home. Please try them on, decide for yourself, and make that great. You know what? Okay. We were talking about Jeff's birthday, January, seems a little early, but is it really? I mean, you could actually start talking about getting your holiday list taken care of extraordinarily early, perhaps? Is it ever too early, Jeff?
No, my mum, right, my mum Judy.
Hi, Judy.
I was youngest of 5, and I remember so fondly my mum, she taught from a very early age of being prepared.
Yes.
That means having that gift drawer or the gift box, right? And I remember it was at the top of the cupboard, and it was where she'd put things up. So if someone's birthday snuck up or there was a reason someone wasn't feeling well and she needed to be able to find, That's what these, I mean, at these price points, no one in their right mind would
No.
think that you've paid under $60 for genuine gemstones.
All precious metal.
All precious metal
I know.
for less than $60. It is exceptional value.